Well, we've got a great opportunity because we're talking to Senator Burns, and he's just given a wonderful presentation about the $3 bridge and the importance of this festivities today. Senator Burns, you talked about the years before there was such an impact on our environment. Could you just explain a little bit your feelings about that?
Well, you know, we took pretty good care of this country when this was cow country and sheep country, you know. And but then come behind that come people. And we have a bad habit of discounting ourselves, but we bring ourselves with us, and we have impacts. In fact, we have more impact than, say, the wildlife or the livestock that ran here before. If you would have told me 25 years ago that people would have built houses out here in some of the most remote areas where there wasn't even a road at that time, I'd have called you crazy. But it's being done today, and that has impact, and it crumbles the way the land is put together. And this is a special river, and this is a special area up here. And we want to keep it open if we possibly can. And that's what drives me. And you know, I'm not one of these guys that's a great green guy, you know. I mean, I fished this river in 1953. You just had Levi's, and you did it kind of barefooted, and if you could, and from the bank. And gosh, and there was a cow in every one of these creeks, you know. And there was fish in there big enough to eat y'all, almost.
You have such a practical approach in regards to this river situation in the entire state, and I know you have a big impact when you go back to Washington and you lobby for certain things. How can things slow down? And I'm not wanting to put you on the spot, but how can things slow down to be able to preserve what really is important to us?
We got to take and look and take a map, look at your land, what grows there, what can't grow there, and sort of slow it down that way. We'll never slow down the growth of people. Won't do that. There was an old philosophy one time, and I'll talk to you about that off camera. But nonetheless, you don't slow that down. What you do, you sort of change the purpose, but you don't change the culture. This country was meant to be open. I can remember when there's great bands of sheep that went through here, you know, and there was probably 2 growths of grass, and it was well taken care of. And now we have people come here and says, well, we've come up to save you. And I said, well, you know, there was people here a long time ago, and they done a pretty good job saving it too, but they also used the resource. Now we're not so reliant on the resource, but we want to save its openness and its culture. And it takes movements like this to do it.
Well, this is a pretty special time, especially along the river, and people like yourself who really understand why people get so passionate about the water, the river, the birds, the animals. And a lot of times our government officials, it seems to go over their head a little bit. And to listen to you up there and your approach to sports and your approach to this country, especially Montana, is pretty special.
Well, thank you very much.